Hello chess lovers, Soren here, and in today's video I want to share with you another amazing attacking game played by American chess grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura. Nakamura is on the black side and he's playing against Soviet-born Israeli chess grandmaster Boris Gelfand. This game is from 2010 World Team Championship. At the time, Gelfand was rated higher, 2761, and Nakamura's rating was 2708. At the time, Gelfand was among the top rated players in the world. As you know, a year later in 2011, he even won Candidates tournament, becoming challenger for the World Chess Championship in 2012. With this being said, now let's go for the game. So, Gelfand opened up with d4, to which Nakamura answered with knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, e4, d6. Nakamura goes for the razor-sharp King's Indian defense. Knight f3, Naka castled, bishop e2. White is going for the classical variation. Knight c6, d5. Knight goes back to e7, knight d2, and knight e8, giving way to the f-pawn. An alternative is playing knight d7, but looks like that knight e8 is a sharper continuation. b4 by white. Meanwhile, white is preparing this c5 advance. White is going for this bayonet attack. f5 is on the board, a standard idea, of course. Meanwhile, we have c5. Knight goes to f6, f3, f4. Black is locking up the king side later to proceed with g5, g4, for example, one of the possible ways. Meanwhile, white is intensifying the pressure on the queen side. There came g5, a4, knight g6, bishop a3, rook f7, solidifying the 7th rank, b5. A couple of days ago, if you remember, I published Belyavsky-Nakamura game, wherein here the latter played a5. That game was played in 2009. In a dashing style, Nakamura managed to prevail, while in this game we have b5 continuation by Gelfand. In case you missed that game, the link I will pin in the comment section. D takes c5, bishop takes c5, there comes h5, a5, g4, who will be faster? Let's see. b6, g3, king h1. Well, in case of g takes h2, white is not forced to capture. On h2, white can use that pawn as a defensive shield. And also, one of the possible ideas can be to play bishop g1. Bishop f8 by Nakamura and d6. So, let me tell you that d6 is a novelty, and earlier usually white was choosing bishop g1. So with bishop f8, black wants to neutralize this bishop. Also, in some cases in future, the rook on the g file can be useful. d6, the novelty is on the board. A takes b6, bishop goes back to g1, knight h4. The position is very complex. It's a heat-up position, as you can see, and one wrong step can lead to a defeat. Yes, there came a heavy blow. Knight takes g2 by Naka. Only an approach like this, only an aggression can remedy the situation in these kind of positions. If you won't go for a sacrifice like this, your opponent will definitely find a way to crush you. So you have to play daring chess, something which all King's Indian players know. D takes c7, and it's in here that Gelfand makes a mistake. Turns out that the most accurate defense starts with king takes g2. You should accept the sacrifice. If rook g7, then d takes c7. Only now d takes c7. If queen e7, then knight takes e5. Yeah, these are some crazy lines, but yeah, that's what the position requires. Bishop f2, bishop e6, the fight goes on. The players have equal chances, but the position remains highly complex. In our game, after knight takes g2, we have d takes c7, and now let's see what's the problem with it. Right now, the queen on d8 is hanging, but Nakamura went for Well, yes, knight takes e1. What a marvelous move. If you win this queen, then g2 checkmate is coming. That's why Gelfand won the knight. But anyways, there came g2 check. King takes g2. The pawn sacrifice allows black to switch the rook into the attack. And then we have bishop h3, creating another mating threat and sacrificing the queen for the second time. If you accept the sacrifice, so you are getting checkmated. Bishop f1, white is covering the essential square. And another heavy blow by Nakamura. Just an amazing move. Queen d3, the third queen sacrifice. Trying to deflect this bishop. Again, if you win the queen, you will get checkmated. Knight takes e5. So now black wants to win the queen already, but there landed the fourth queen sacrifice. Yes, bishop takes f1. This is insane, guys. What's happening on the board? Knight d3 leads to a checkmate. So after bishop takes f1, we have queen takes f1 by Gelfand and queen takes c3. Now if knight c4, for example, since the knight is hanging, then just rook takes c7 and black is winning, black is leading in material. So in order to win some material, Gelfand played rook c1 and knight takes e5. c8 queen, so this is allowing white to win an exchange, right? But the outcome of the game has already been decided. It was decided already when white didn't capture on g2, and so at this point, after queen e6, Gelfand resigned. For example, right now the rook is hanging. If you move it back, then just b takes a5. Black has an extra piece, and these queenside pawns also look very strong. This is going to end up very quickly. That's why enough is enough. Gelfand resigned. Just an amazing game by Nakamura, which I'm sure you enjoyed a lot. Want to take a look at that? Those queen sacrifices once again. So there came this knight takes g2. Usually, as you know, in many cases, black is either sacrificing the knight on g2, or in some cases on e4, or on h2, on h3. It all depends, you know. So you have to keep an eye on possible vulnerable squares. D takes e7, knight takes e1. Amazing. A checkmate is coming. You can't go for a pawn promotion. Queen takes e1 check. Another check. Bishop h3. Bishop f1. Queen d3. This queen d3 is amazing. Knight takes e5. Bishop f1. Yeah, bishop f1 also looks very good. What a marvelous game by Nakamura. And yeah, the storm is over, but black is leading in material. White resigns. In the chess puzzle for you, this one looks interesting. You will enjoy it a lot if you can solve it. It's white to move and win the game. We'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in my next video. Take care.